It's morning in Bordeaux and it's beautiful here. I'm sitting on my balcony, which is my preference. Apologies for the occasional noise. But what I want to talk about today, to rejoin and bring together several threads here, is keeping with my theme of reading German with Nick Fuentes, or for that matter, reading French on this particular occasion. We'll start with a mixture of the two. The Communist Manifesto, reading German with Nick Fuentes. Why might Nick Fuentes need to read the Communist Manifesto? And the reason is the same as it is for the rest of us. We all need to read it. Americans in particular, but anyone affected by the uncertainties and instabilities and rustifications of American politics at the moment needs to read it. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. The classic observation about capitalism that Marx makes is that it is the greatest transformational power in human history, set against even the stupendous achievements of Gothic cathedrals, or the pyramids for that matter, in ancient Egypt. Capitalism is a vastly more powerful thing. It changes our lives, it leaves nothing untouched. We'll talk about this leaving nothing untouched in just a second. But in the first instance is the sheer power of the thing. Now, the notion that one can talk around this, free enterprise, is not a transformational power in the way that Marx means it, nor is free enterprise an adequate description of the transformative power of capitalism. It is a misnomer. It is a dodging of reality. And I don't care how many footnotes from the University of Chicago or the Austrian School of Economics, none of this cuts it. In the end, we must look at the system we are living in straight on and be able to talk about it without taboos that keep us from talking about it. So there's Marx. Secondly, thinking about Trump's various misadventures in Venezuela, Greenland, the pressure on Canada. One way that Marx, I think, what it obviously sees on this is that capitalism by its very nature will leave nothing untouched. As a force, the most remote tribal communities will be touched by this. This is the nature of the beast. So the idea that, and this, and again, Marx gets us to be clear here, Trump's motives, for example, in taking over Greenland, are Putin's motives in taking over the eastern border of Ukraine, or even this debate of exactly what's happening with the oil resources of the Gulf. This is capitalism at work. This is the invisible hand, if you will, reaching out, leaving nothing untouched. Now, the fact that these billionaires want to have access to mineral rights that will make them trillionaires is neither here nor there in one instance. Neither here nor there in one instance. The billionaires need to be constrained, but that impulse to mobilize, touch, transform every inch of the planet, now that's capitalism. So we need to be able to see these things between individual actors and the process, the system. And this is why one would read the Communist Manifesto, keep it by one's bed table, to keep one focused, because we've been taught for far too long not to focus on the reality we live with. And that has nothing to do with being a Marxist per se, and everything to do with knowing what you're doing. And Marx is a way of knowing what you're doing.